Hello, hello. Alright, so this is my first time recording on Linux. I've tried a few different ones. I tried Fedora. I liked it, but I switched to Endeavor OS. This is going okay, I think. The microphone was a bit hard to get started, but I think I figured it out. So that's good. Using OBS. And yeah, I think I upped the way the game looks, the quality on it a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. Probably doesn't look great on this, but at this point, but yeah. Looks so much different. I had it on the dyslexic font. I wonder how much that actually helps people. It definitely bunches it all up together in the screen sometimes. But that's fine. It just looks different when I look at it after. Okay. So, the last game I played, I got a little aggravated, but I looked a few things up just because I need an experience point in order to equip volumetric shit compressor. And that's so I can investigate the body. Hopefully I said that word far enough into the video to not stop it from being seen. But yeah, let's see. There's one thing that I think I'm gonna do, and there's the passage. If I can break into this. I read somewhere that I can. So yeah. And I have to remember, because somebody had said that you're not meant to do everything in one play through in this game. And I'm so used to like open world games like Fallout where you just collect all of these side quests.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge.
So it doesn't seem like there's a way
not budge.
to this at this moment.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
And I've went through this before. Do you know what's behind that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Let's see if I can equip something. I thought I had found a way to,
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent cobalt blues, old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50.
Okay. So, for the woman at the church, she wants me to go back to that other radio that I had found, because that's where she started, I think. And she needed me to get something. So we'll see if we can find that. Oh, he wants to talk, I think.
It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Got it, Kim. I do always forget that. So, here we are.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Okay. Play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. How can I help you?
Let's try the password for the production schedule.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
And we'll press print.
With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
I'll read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
All right. Read about the workforce. Who worked there? How long?
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations.
Pyrrolidon.
But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon.
Read about capital. I want to know about money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished. 400,000 Ria? You're my yo. These guys knew how to party.
Gosh, where do they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Right, what happened?
It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Rial game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
I could have bridged the gap. Oh, so they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
That sounds bad.
No, it was good. Too good. At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jim Spawn, Suliswaf Jalisa, decided that what Wirral Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
Okay. This is some insane shit. Who are these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, Keep going.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
And more. Keep going.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you. Oh, there's the
And
zeros.
that's it.
Okay, so that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
The what now?
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air?
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Luukinen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch.
The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Okay.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very, well, I think it seems like a perfectly reasonable explanation.
That's not what her colleagues thought.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer.
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Huh. All right. Tear off the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow.
So, back to the church we go. But also, all right, up here. I wonder what she's up to.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
I have more questions about this building.
I'm listening.
I have more questions about the intercom.
I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure.
Okay,
Sure,
I've already
I'm listening. Good.
I've asked
I hope it
everything.
clarified things a bit. What else?
Shivers is. I don't know if I have anything for that. That. I guess I've never looked for shivers before. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a
Even-
dye?
A gust of
Oh.
cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves
Nice.
rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
I could say, hey, Nia, the curse is real, and I figured out why it has spared you. Or this is still just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed. We'll say the second one.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guelain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
She looks around the makeshift nest that she's carved out for herself.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Hmm. Well, I'm just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown. Point above.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
No one's ever really safe from failure.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal shining on her index finger. Your lucky charm? Some kind of ward?
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
See, the curse is real. I bet you didn't run this little jewelry shop from the protective depths of the chimney.
No, you're right. I didn't. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Yes. Coincidence is all that safeguards us.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Cool. I didn't really expect that. I'm glad I walked up here. Got experience. Can I unlock this? Skill points. Okay, I'm gonna save up skill points. Okay. I have a little bit of a plan. So let's see. I can go back to the church, talk to her. But I should also go talk to the union leader. Get rid of this. Okay. And then I'm gonna read the letter, I think. Interact.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. Underneath all this, Lillian's signature and an empty line.
I'm gonna look for some logic clothes really quick. Nope, that's not. I need to change those. Logic, logic, logic. I got a lot of logic stuff. Might want to put these shoes on. Gonna make more money. Okay. Hopefully nothing I'm wearing is anti-logic. I think if I ever do a second playthrough on this, it's gonna be great.
You take the legal documents out of the
58.
envelope. A 12 to 40 month
Yeesh.
construction period and the zoning. There doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print.
Goodness. Clinically insane. Oh, right. I gotta get that tie. Well. Let's over drama. Or. Yeah. I like that little hat. Okay. And let's see what else is. Something's going on here. Map. Barbell. Why is it pointing at the barbell? Do I really? Okay, I'm just gonna go in there and see. I don't know why this barbell has become such a thing for me. Is it gonna say something different?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor,
I mean,
like a dog for its master.
is it the gloves? I'm not gonna do it again. Oh. All right. To the church we go. But I also have to buy something from this dude, I think.
Now it's
I wonder
turning
if I have the
into
money. I
a
can't remember how much
kind
it
of
costs.
a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, I haven't said this yet. I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
Huh. I don't mean to pry, but why? Do you know something? What is it?
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
I asked you who's conducting the drug trade. You said you didn't know. Now you're saying you do.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery.
When did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Come on, man. Life is just a joke. I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. Push Tommy, and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
Force Tommy, find another way. Or should I talk? I'm gonna talk to other people first. Fine, I'll drop the matter for now.
Thank you, friend. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
Conceptualization. Hold on. I don't think that was the guy I was supposed to buy something from, but... a lot of that. A lot of things are now working out a little bit better than last time. Even though when I looked up what to like there were a few things I saw that somebody had made a comment on like Reddit or something, and it was opening the freezer and buying the pants or something from one of these guys and then forcing that door open in the kitchen. I haven't done any of those, but things seem to be working out.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
And I can try that again, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for it.
Wait.
Okay,
There's
cool.
something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is the ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion,
Silent communion. That's good.
where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Did you?
Did I? I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
I don't really know.
No matter. Great verse is like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
That's a strange compliment.
Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop.
For a cop?
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
No joke, man. Fuck the police.
The lieutenant closes his eyes and lets slip a loud, long
I just like Tom's
sigh.
reactions a lot.
If you say so, officer.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Oh, I will. Okay. All right, bye. Let me just go ahead and save this. Now, I think it was this guy I was supposed to buy something from.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep
You
Yep.
find your hands deep in.
economical, but also trendy.
Browse
You
through the
find
box?
your hands deep in
Oh,
tattered
okay.
and faded.
Economical.
Got it. Yes. Okay. I don't know. I can just look through these
The
things.
speakers below
The
are
loft,
banged up
okay.
and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
50 is a lot. I do believe that is what I'm supposed to buy from him. Oh. Pants. Track pants. I'm glad I looked.
Everything's
I've
still
talked to
cool
him a
here,
lot too,
officer.
so.
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All revolution.
Sounds good. Let's get back to business then.
Very cool. I like your style, officer.
Am I supposed to convince him to give me money? I got a -1 for poor underprivileged grandma. Rhetoric. Hold on.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Conceptualization. Try again. Maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses. I could try that. I can.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Wait. I'm at the wrong fucking store. It was the one I was just at. We're good. I can do this. I got this. I think I have all my conceptualization stuff on. Okay, let's see if this guy let me buy those pants. They're probably a lot, but maybe I'll remember how much they are.
Make way for the master poet.
What are you
Oh,
calling?
high-grade narcotics.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. They usually
Yeah,
get shipped to
track pants.
Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran, we're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
There's no denying it. Your body needs to feel the touch of some good performance wear. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
So maybe I can't buy anything. Can't buy anything from him. Okay. Huh. I'm just gonna... Usually, I try to, just to figure things out in games on my own. But if I'm to the point where, there's an actual brand of tracksuits named Foam. They're very expensive. It's a tracksuit for 239 pounds. Or euros? Track. I just have to buy the pants from him. Or do I buy them? From Kuno. Oh my gosh. Well, we had a little heart-to-heart last time.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Kuno, let's talk about... Well... Let's talk about, your shack again.
The fuck do you want with it?
Oh, okay. It's
Good
basically
call,
the same thing.
Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Kuno, I keep throwing up and I can't investigate the body at all.
Yeah, like a fucking volcano. Yeah. Fucking pathetic.
You were lucky you didn't die there.
Maybe you got some advice for me. I mean, you're obviously handling it quite well.
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe you should stop embarrassing yourself in front of a fucking kid.
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter.
Kunified non-vomitor. Here I come.
That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Kuno doesn't fuck.
I think I have to put on my gloves. These gloves.
There he still is, looking right through you
I have the
with his
find
white
button
eyes.
barometer.
The body below is entirely dedicated
Okay.
to that.
Let's look at these endurance clothes really quick. That would be nice if this works. Again, going in for something I plan to do, and something else. Endurance. Let's make sure I don't have any negative endurance.
There he still is,
Well,
looking
let's
right
go for
through
it.
you. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you.
Finally.
It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Surprised he's still up there.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what's going on under the boots and the shin things.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place
okay.
somehow.
What kind of boots are these?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Okay, then what kind of armor is it?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Ooh. Ka-ching, baby.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
What was that about the constabulary before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the lieutenant in a conspiracy.
If this constabulary is dragging their feet, why not start ourselves before more good men die?
So they don't get shot in the foot? I think our extremities are fine without the dead man's boots.
Oops. Well, no one said it would work. Back to detecting now.
Okay. Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Oh. Why, does my mortal coil need protecting?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Could have been walking around naked just like this for all we know.
A good point. He could have been intoxicated, or something we cannot yet imagine. I shouldn't have assumed so much just from the clothes.
What was that? Was the lieutenant just impressed by your unintuitive guess?
I didn't expect that at all. I was
He
just saying
was.
something silly.
Why else would he call it a very good point? Does this mean you're a very good detective?
Just my-
Possibly.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
Looks like he worked for a private contractor, like Evrard told us. Wealthy, with state ties. This is way above what we have.
I want to knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's have to be heavy.
The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
The
Swing it.
metal connects with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yes, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Run my finger over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Point to it. It looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Alright, I'll pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Its whole leg might just fall off. But I'm gonna do it.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Okay.
Do it, Homo!
Sorry. I'm gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found the number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. feels nice. Nice and cracky.
What's gonna happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Yep. I will back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos
that was just
and
the,
extremities blotched pink
That was just the
and
boots.
blue.
I'm gonna inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
What kind of rope is this?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Like in a circus. When the circus leaves town and they tie a black-spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen.
Okay. Well, I'll just go with that then. Like in a circus for transporting black-spotted giraffes?
No. More like in a harbor. Like the one just east of here. I get the sense they used whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
By they, do you mean the Hardy Boys?
Right now, everything seems to fit their confession.
How do they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
They sure wanted him to stay there. Polyester seems strong.
It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver
again.
hangs from
And
the
inspect the
an
tattoos.
intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Makes sense.
Your fist clenches suddenly.
It will be riddled with disco.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Is this a microelectronic system?
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of old filament memory units, but not quite. No, you're nowhere near right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigat Sunshine. Mini.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal caps and pulls and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. The thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
All right. He shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if we could find someone to decipher it.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
I'll look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Oh, that's okay. Tell me, who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Let's see. Voice sounds familiar. Sounds like the one in my dream for a second. Stinking, you're boring. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
That's the same. Where's that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Maybe that's just my inner voice that I use for everything. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Cobbo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Right, I'm the Tequila Sunset.
You ain't no Tequila Sunset. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
Can I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Coppo.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Coppo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous.
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Why were you feeling pleasure when you died?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
So you were feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
I mean, maybe, bro. I'll say yes.
Captain Coppadromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
Should I just say that? I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
You don't remind me of anyone.
Sure I do. You just don't want to admit it.
No.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Okay. Let's see. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
I gotta squint harder. His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
I'll relax my eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Cover my nose. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
I'm just gonna turn around and yell it.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big said he's a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone.
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably the
Stop
rocks.
talking in riddles, coin slot.
It means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck.
He was upright immediately after death.
The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Maybe he was strangled by someone?
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Think he's dead?
I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently. His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Let's see. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago.
That sounds about right, yes.
I'm gonna back off and catch my breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
Step back and have another look.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I have something I need to know, corpse man.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? The power of your imagination. Come back later, Corporal.
I'll say,
Amuse yourself with my frank manners
the
and my
preliminary examination is
memento
done.
mori.
Just put him down.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Maybe we should shoot him down.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
I don't know, just, shoot up there maybe.
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
That's funny. I'm just gonna make that as
The
a joke.
lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other,
Right.
it's an awfully stupid idea.
It is, but let me try.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
Say nothing, let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket
We're going for it.
and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Oh, we're doing this. Shoot that motherfucker down.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself.
God damn it.
Yeah.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
We probably should just let Kuno do it. God damn it, get your shit together.
Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
Sure, their apartment's right behind him.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
I'm not gonna console him. What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm
Oh,
not stopping you.
shit.
Just don't lose it.
Do I have the right clothes on?
I only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of
Had a
pigs
gun. No, I think
Kuno's ever seen.
Taking the gun.
Take it, you fucking banani boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger.
Not gonna. Don't let me. Point the gun.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun
Oh
arm.
man, I look like I've never done this before.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
I mean, it's true, buddy, but like, kind of have things to do. Ooh. Hold on. Will it let me now? With the gun.
Do it!
At her.
Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it!
I'm gonna point the gun at the belt.
Intense shit, copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Hand-eye coordination. I mean, this is... Oh, I shouldn't have responded. Close left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates. As you wait, your breathing slows down. Some mosquito-like organism buzzes in your peripheral.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
It's a red check. It can't be retried. Hand-eye coordination. I'm just gonna give the gun back for now.
The lieutenant takes the gun carefully from you and holsters it. His eyes are narrow and he doesn't comment on your antics.
Quite a few antics there.
Fucking pussy didn't shoot shit, did he? Didn't shoot me, didn't shoot himself in the mouth.
Didn't shoot me. There is sincere disappointment on her face. This kid was expecting pandemonium and release from her mortal coil.
But what about the body?
We need to go to the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men.
Why didn't we just begin with that?
I did not want us to be indebted to a man like Everard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves. That is clearly not the case. We need help.
You need to suck my dick! Why the fuck am I still alive?
Sorry, girl. Okay, I guess I don't need that anymore. That's so crazy. but I might need something else. So I'll open it. Huh. Okay. So that was something. Quick save, and then let's just go to the Union leader. The bottom, the Union logo, and demand democracy. I think I've
The file
visited this
cabinet
quite a few
stands
times.
steady as ever, and the unlocked drawer slides out to the drawer slides shut smoothly.
All right. Can't remember exactly where he is. Okay. Not a fishing rod, is it? It's I don't see it. Okay. Should I wear different clothes? And then what should I wear? My tools. Can bring on anything from hot flashes to military grade psychosis with sufficient tolerance. I didn't know if maybe I should take something before. I'm gonna interact with this really quick.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory, but not quite.
What's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone close to the victim might know.
Who are you?
Gone.
Okay. Well, put on the half light. Composure. Rhetoric. Visual calculus. I mean, maybe this. More composure. Pain threshold. I'm gonna try that.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time,
Should
since
I
you've already sat on that chair.
Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Also, I studied the footprints at the crime scene, worker boots.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race signs. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Okay. We might talk later. Alright, I go through here. Alright. Jean-Luc. I wonder if I can get to that area if I keep going down here instead of the other way. Probably not, huh?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Marsh.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts
I haven't
overhead,
done this yet.
moving a massive metal container through the air.
Oh. There's a lot of things that I just didn't do when I was first up here. I was being a little too selective. Or this wasn't the here.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. This crane was built with a purpose, which has now been fulfilled. To move this container.
What's inside the container?
Who can say? All you know is, it's special.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
It was. I'm gonna keep it there.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I don't know, Cam. It just feels special.
It's a cargo container, Detective, just like all the others. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
No reply.
I'm gonna open the door.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
What's... Oh. Rhetoric. I got a lot of +1s. I think I already have something with rhetoric on. Okay. Well, maybe we'll try to come back. I'm gonna go. Oh, let's see. That's him, right?
The unpromising
No.
race pupil returns.
Oh yeah. Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree.
So it was. My unpromising race pupil entered the harbor and used my superior to give me orders. I salute your cunning and will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
Well, you know, you don't have to do that, but
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you.
he.
Both of you.
That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side.
Okay. Wait, that means showing everyone that we're taking orders from the Union.
Yes. That is precisely what it means, homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way.
Okay.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
I don't think anybody will mess with this when I have this jacket on.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
Katya?
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
He breaking the fucking tree?
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Oh. Yes, I am an unbelievably corrupt cop. I corrupt every opportunity I get.
The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Well, that was fast.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
This is a lot. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Okay. All right. I'm a little curious to see what the state of the body is. Little worried. Are they gonna... What if I fucking talk to him? How about that?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I thought I was gonna be able to confront him. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Check this out here. We did quite a bit. Yeah, alright, let's go to the yard. Maybe Kuno will still be alive, I don't know. Or is he even there? Okay. A little rough. Maybe we could probably could have done that, I guess.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
We need... Don't we have somebody else to cut his shit open?
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work.
Wait, honorary rank of detective?
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Clap my gloved hands, let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Okay. Oh, alright.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
We just fill this in, right? And show him the red field autopsy form.
That's right.
Okay. Open my ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11 field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Begin 1 assistant.
That's you.
Oh me. Tequila sunset. I'll go with my name.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says...
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
I'll write it down.
Next.
Name?
We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down.
Lily.
What's next? Date
Or-
of birth?
Yes.
NA.
Age?
Roughly 50.
Right, roughly 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
6 race.
Mondial.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
7 sex.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Oh god. Pig's gonna have sex.
Naively, the lieutenant does not double-check your notes.
El bigo mistako, Lieutenant!
Oh. 8 date of death.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9.
Do I even have the tie
Body
on?
identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
11. Evidence of treatment.
None, at least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide, the other an accident, the small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
God.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire.
Those boots.
If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Omit the boots.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it down.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronical circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Writing it down.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
The spine is bent more than the lieutenant compensated for. This buster's actual height is about 1.85. And no, you could not take him straight on.
I'm gonna write down 1.85 meters, Lieutenant.
Of course, I undercompensated.
I'll write that down.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Should I touch his hair? Touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a rag doll's head. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep petting him.
More hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape. For a fraction of a second you feel something. An irregularity. But then it's gone. Too minute to register in your mind. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now.
What was that, a bump?
What was what? Brilliantine. There's brilliantine in his hair.
I might as well say something weird. There, baby.
The lieutenant watches you in silence.
Okay, I'll write it down, adding the brilliantine.
That was some sick shit, Sekopa.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Could amend it for high velocity. Yeah.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Good thing we've got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber gripped cutters. The chain cutters. Oh yeah, I'm prepared.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we've got these chain cutters. Pull out the rubber gripped cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
My physical instrument is not great. Oh. Well, now it is. It's not good when I'm trying to open a freezer. Okay. Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast.
I am currently eating a peanut butter sandwich with bread, so there's that. It's not white bread, but it's bread.
The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Yeah, if I respond to Kuno, it's gonna give me a negative thing, and I'm gonna, yeah, let's go. Cut the belt off.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
Suspension point is in the back of the neck. The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
I'll write it down.
Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! It's gonna happen, see?
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Oh, question. I guess I should ask that, huh? Does it look like he was enjoying his moment of death?
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Yes, processing science. That's what I meant.
Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
I will inspect.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish.
I don't know why.
Marbling is present around the crotch.
Okay, I'll write it down and add the semen sample.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
This is the body of a soldier, a mercenary.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
I'll write it down.
Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, and moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand too.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Kobo. What can I do you for, Il Corbeau de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
That makes sense. Okay, write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination, a summary.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. I wonder if we need a little break from the autopsy. Is that possible? Should I have
He's
done
really
that?
doing it. The dead man's teeth cut into his gloved hands.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
I will look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
It's humid outside, too.
No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
I think I have my pain threshold scarf on. I like that. I like that depending on the clothes I wear, since I switch them up, I just get little, different things sometimes. I'll look deeper inside.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Let's go. The jaws, the mouth snap shut before you. And I'll write that down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why, don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
Okay, I'll write down NA.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
We already have one test as per regulation, and we already requested semen.
Pigs requested semen like it's no big deal.
I'm not even interested in these boring mulkus anymore. I haven't sucked him off or anything.
Kids need parents. Oh, we could possibly change it to toxicology. Oh. I mean, I know part of it's funny to see if he was happy before death, but it might lead to something. Yeah, better leave it at that. More important.
Leave it NA, then.
Okay.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
I'll write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last filled on the list. He looks around, to the ground, to the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen, briefly. Keep the voila. Write it down, omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
3, description of injuries, summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
What's the 4th injury filled for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Okay.
And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
I'll write that down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Why is he doing it? Is there a reason? Is he covering for somebody? Is, you know, could it be the bump I could feel? I'm just gonna go with fatal.
No, it's not.
No. Okay.
Fucking fatal as shit, Sailman!
Bitch saying your injuries weren't fatal, Kuno. You gonna let it stand?
I do what I want, see? Learn it.
Should I put it down as fatal? This probably doesn't matter at all. I'm putting it down as fatal.
Don't.
He's tired and weary, and you are better not to test his patience.
Okay, non-fatal. Postmortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. What was that about no clawing around the neck? You'd be clawing for your life.
Non-fatal. Postmortem.
He is deep in thought, eyes fixed on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck.
Why do you say that? Is it like that fatal stone injury, or are you serious?
I'm serious. I don't think this was the injury that killed him.
Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Why didn't he claw at his neck when they hanged him? And why did they not tie his hands? A big man like this is dangerous.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrists. That part got blurry for me. The stench. But you are right. There should be signs of struggle. Let's leave the cause of death empty for the time being. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
All right. First, how did it go?
It was an irregular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy. But, personally,
Yeah.
I do not see this as a parameter for success. We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
Perhaps a drink is in order later,
Now, you see, that worries me. You will die if you drink. You know that, don't you? You are proving a useful detective. The organization would miss you.
Please get yourself together. The lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks.
Okay, what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
I'll rip out a copy of the autopsy
For
pages.
processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, and then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
Should try to remove them again. Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away.
I need a drink. Enough.
Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Perception. Oh, I see. I don't have any of that, huh? Perception. I'm gonna leave right now and check out my clothes. Might as well see. We're gonna get some different glasses here.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
58.
Your arm reaches out
gosh,
and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Squeeze his nose.
You pick it between your fingers.
The mass is even larger than your nose. Very porous somehow, like it's about to pop. Keep crawling, lest you break it.
Crawl up his nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in his nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage.
The fuck is he doing?
The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider.
Put fingers in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
I say, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Kuno nods, too. He takes a step closer.
Touch it with my finger gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put my finger in.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
The fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex.
Push deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The undulations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet.
Push deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
Wrinkle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger. Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
Oh.
The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
Oh, wow. I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it, from the inside. This is the irregularity you felt before, the one that was too tiny to register consciously.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Forget about the fucking exit wound, Beano. The pig is wearing him like a fuck puppet.
Her voice is absolutely sizzling with excitement.
I'm gonna fish it out. Oh,
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. Feels sharp, like metal. You press your teeth together. Your jaw is clenched. All you need to do is just...
I got it.
My pig's fucking got it?
He's watching his old man get the big prize at the claw game.
What? What is it?
Slowly pull fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
Fucking beautiful!
Tense.
A bullet.
The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it, and I'll drop it in.
The
Wow.
bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it?
Of course. You deserve it. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
he's proposing the
There we
bullet
go.
was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead. Daba doop doop.
Dead.
Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there.
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
And why would anyone do this?
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone? What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
The word lingers in the air of the yard. Far away, dogs are barking. Further yet, the sound of motor traffic. Detective.
Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks, and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
I'm gonna try to remove the boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle.
Okay. I'm gonna leave because I think I have to use this car to what I have to call somebody for something, don't I? Planning his exit accordingly. Maybe I can ask him
Inside,
for some
you
money.
see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50 100 1000, the make and model of the armor is Fairweather T500 VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Wait, what's ICP?
The International Collaboration Police? They keep detailed records of all military technology produced by licensed manufacturers. That's one of the reasons the Moral Intern spearheaded the creation of the ICP in the first place.
Okay.
57th.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
So we got that done. That's good. I'll wait to level up until I see what else I need to do, because that last point was kind of spent a little bit willy-nilly there. Send the victim's body to processing. Yeah, I mean, I might just go ahead and send it. And I could sing. Time 16:19, day 4. Let's
The man is decomposed. The
ahead
lieutenant
and do it.
adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's bag him. Take him away.
All right.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing.
Pretty sad about that. I mean, I guess I could have just waited until he went to
Oh, well,
bed.
in another lifetime.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands.
Oof.
I'll take the legs.
He's just gonna fall apart. Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage. Okay, he's gone. I'm alone. Maybe if I play again, I'll get the boots. I didn't think about that. Okay. Saving the game. And that's where I will leave it. This was fun. This was a lot better than the last time. And I played for a really long time. I don't know if it's too long. But yeah, this was good. So thanks for watching if you made it all the way through. And hopefully this turns out okay. It's my first time recording anything on Linux. But I think I got everything set up pretty good. And yeah, have a good day.